Hello guys, welcome back to Christian Finance. Subscribe for your daily financial content. And today, holy moly, I do want to go over USDD depegging slightly for now, but still a little bit worrying, as well as USDT Tether as well on a worrying slight decline. But first, let's quickly take a look at the markets. And geez, crypto's really now flirting with the low 900 billion mark. It's about to break below it. And if we take a look at the actual prices themselves, we have Bitcoin at right under 400 billion market cap and Ethereum at 134 billion. Now my theory for now is standing. I did say that we're not going to break below the $20,000 Bitcoin and the $1,000 Ethereum in the short term, and I have been correct. Those two are really strong support zones, but you never know. If we keep getting worse and worse news, Three Arrow Capital gets liquidated, which then leads on to Celsius getting liquidated, which then could potentially trigger Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy getting liquidated. Big companies and Wells might be getting liquidated as well. It could get really scary really quickly. But I think long term we're going to be fine, because fundamentally with Bitcoin, which is the one that I've been suggesting to all of you guys to keep dollar cost averaging into, fundamentally has not changed, right? Fundamentally, Bitcoin is stronger than ever, despite everything else going super bad around it, right? From macroeconomic, inflation, interest rate, war, bear bug, as well as everything inside the crypto space, like big companies getting over leveraged and potentially getting liquidated. Bitcoin is still looking strong. Nothing has changed fundamentally with that. So my suggestion to you guys, not financial advice, but buy your Bitcoin at a low price and then store it at cold storage. As long as you don't need the money 3 to 5 to 10 years from now, you'll be good. Now let's get into the juicy part of the video, right? And that's going to be talking about the stable coins and how really unstable they are at the moment. No real pun intended. Yes, we're about to go over USDD and Tether, but let's just get started with the big boy. And really the difference between an algorithmic coin like USDD and Tether is that USDT is supposed to be backed up by the American dollar, and they're saying that, hey, everything should be good. It's not an algorithmic stablecoin, but there have been many concerns throughout the years about USDT Tether's team's clarity for different things. If we do take a look at the price of Tether, back when Bitcoin hit the $25,000 mark, which is about a month ago now, that was when Luna crashed. Tether did go down to as low as 94 cents. In the last 7 days, although it's been shaky, Tether has still held relatively decent support in the 99-cent mark. But I am worried that if those liquidations do happen, then that's really when Tether USDT is going to be tested. And although I do believe that it will remain here, unlike the one that I'll talk about in a little bit, I do think we might see some struggles here, and we might see low 90s to low 80s even, depending on how low Bitcoin goes. At this rate, unfortunately, I could see Bitcoin down to 13,000, 14,000 in the short run, because like I said, fundamentally it's looking strong, but everything is working against it right now, whether it's in the crypto space or in the macroeconomic space. Like I said, in the long run, I think we'll be okay. But in the short run, if you guys don't want to go through that stress of falling down really low in your stablecoin, then I would suggest moving some funds around. And based on my research, USDC is supposed to be more stable than USDT. So I would move some of USDT to USDC, and I would move some USDT completely out, right? So convert it to the bank account. It's not that difficult, right? Just put it in the checking account. Not all, just it's important to risk manage, right? Just whatever you're okay with, potentially going down to the low 90 cents or 80 cents for a little bit, and however much your stress level is okay with taking in, that's how much you should be risking, right? And leaving in. If you know you're not good under pressure, then just take majority of it out and convert it into something else. That's just my personal recommendation to you guys. Now, on the other hand, guys, USDD is a completely different story. I do think that this one is crying for trouble almost. Now, I could be wrong, but personally, I just wouldn't recommend anyone leave their money in algorithmic stablecoin. And the biggest reason for that is simply because Terra Luna crashed and UST was obviously the exact same thing, an algorithmic stablecoin. It obviously went to now being worth basically nothing, and you're supposed to be pegged 1-to-1 to the US dollar, right? And it's really sad because people lost a lot of their savings and retirement funds, and just a sad picture overall. So personally, anybody that asks me, I would tell them stay away from algorithmic stablecoins. Main reason why is because this project now, if Bitcoin was to go down to 13,000, was another massive crash, then if there really was a hacker or somebody manipulating UST, then this would be the perfect project to take out next, right? They already took out Luna, and Luna was much bigger than Tron, right? Luna was actually in the top 7, and Tron has never even hit the top 12, I don't think, right? So Tron has never been as big as Luna, and this is actually a little guy compared to it. So if they were able to take out the big guy, then it just makes sense that if there was something fishy going on, then they'll be able to take out this one as well. It's already at 97 cents. It went down to as low as 95 cents. Personally, wouldn't recommend anyone risk it. I would take all of it out. Now, sure, they might give you some return, but hey, trust me, you're going to be sleeping much better at night knowing that, hey, you removed your money at pretty much 1-to-1 ratio, rather than one day wake up and boom, your money's now worth 20%, right, of what it's supposed to be. And I'm not guaranteeing that's going to happen. There's probably less than 50% chance that will happen, but still, you're either earning, 10% or 7%, however much they give you, or in the alternative, you completely lose the risk of losing that money, right, if you take it out. So personally, for me, it's not even a question. Someone asks me, I always tell them, yeah, just take it out. Same thing with lending platforms. Now, I know BlockFi came out and said, yes, they're not associated with Celsius or with any of the reasons why Celsius crashed. But guess what? Someone was asking me now, hey, should I go and put my money inside BlockFi? Unfortunately, I'll tell them no. Why? Simply because of the reputation that the biggest lending platform got, which is now people not being able to take out their money out, right? People not being able to take out their cryptocurrency and their life savings. A lot of people have in there, right? And no, I wouldn't use BlockFi. In fact, if I were you guys, again, not financial advice, I would take out my money out of BlockFi simply for that reason. Who knows? Maybe Bitcoin goes to 13,000 and BlockFi is like, yeah, we actually have to freeze your accounts as well. Now, again, I'm not saying that this will happen. That's just a very rational thought process. And I don't like how all these YouTubers are promoting the $50 code or like the referral codes to BlockFi, knowing that a lot of people just lost all of their life savings in Celsius, right? I really don't respect that. I want nothing to do with that. And yes, for me, making sure that you guys are in the best possible position is my goal, not the short-term profit. So yes, maybe although before I thought it was a okay idea to put it into BlockFi, right? Not great, not terrible, okay. Now I think it's actually a bad idea. And that's simply because if it happened to the biggest platform doing that one thing, right? So in Celsius's case, lending platform, they had to freeze everything. And UST crashing, why couldn't it happen to the second biggest player, right? So in that case, it would be BlockFi and the lending platform, and USDD in the algorithmic stablecoin, right? So personally, it's like a telling sign, It literally told you, hey, these projects crashed. Now, whether you invest in their competitors or not, that is your business. But once again, my opinion is you shouldn't do it. And it sucks because what I'm saying is to take away business from maybe legitimate platforms. But like I said, my main priority is to make sure that your money is safe, not that the big players are making the most money possible, right? And that's just my 2 cents on the situation. With that, guys, the video is over. Let me know what you think about USDT Tether, USDD, and the whole algorithmic stablecoin, general stablecoin lending platform situation. Let me know a lot of similar videos you'd like to see in the financial space. Please subscribe, please like. It really does help me out. I put a lot of effort into making sure I give you the best possible content. And as always, guys, stay diversified.